o'clock on this Thursday morning. It's a Friday Eve.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. We've got a lot to get to this morning, just like all the other mornings. But we do first want to get a look at some of the news that you need to know.
Our Christian Garzone is live in the newsroom right now. He's taking a look at some of our headlines this morning. Christian?
Hey, good morning, ladies. We start with an update to breaking news we've been following since the overnight hours on a police standoff on the city's west side. This is the scene right now on Lexington Avenue near Oriole Street. It is now back open to traffic. Police telling us they were called there around 1 a.m. for the report of a male suspect threatening someone with a firearm. They believe the suspect went into a residence with that firearm. Our photojournalist saw police in SWAT gear earlier in the morning. The area was closed to traffic, but has since reopened. We'll keep you updated this morning on air and online over at 13wham.com. Charges are expected in a Henrietta crash earlier this week that seriously injured 3 people. Deputies say a 47-year-old man from Rush swerved into oncoming traffic on East River Road Tuesday night, crashing head-on into a pickup truck. He is now in stable condition. 2 other people are in guarded condition. A former Ogden police officer is now awaiting sentencing after admitting to threatening an FBI agent. Officials say in September, Stephen Plouffe was seen on camera leaving threatening signs on an FBI agent's porch in Ogden. Last month, he pleaded guilty in county court to reckless endangerment. Authorities say he drove his car at Greece police officers and tried to set them on fire during a mental hygiene arrest. After he was hospitalized, he escaped, prompting a lockdown. As part of yesterday's plea deal, Plouffe faces up to 6 years in prison, a fine, and then supervised release. New this morning, a UK police force says it has arrested Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the former Prince Andrew, on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Police say they are assessing reports Andrew sent trade reports to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein back in 2010. This follows the release of Epstein documents in the U.S. Back to you ladies now in the studio. That's what you need to know this morning.
All right, Christian, thank you.
All right, let's get a look at what we have brewing for the next 2 hours, starting with a festival that proves winter is anything but boring. We are looking ahead to the 10th annual Fire and Ice Festival happening this weekend in Canandaigua. We'll get a rundown on some of their plans, including live ice sculpting, fire performances, and plenty of family-friendly fun.
Yeah, and then from Horton Hears a Who to the Cat in the Hat, the stage at Greece Odyssey is about to get wonderfully wacky. This morning, we're going behind the curtain for their upcoming production of Seussical, the musical. We'll be joined by cast members to learn all about this colorful and high-energy show.
And later, if you're fascinated by true crime, this one's for you. Award-winning investigative journalist Ann Emerson is hosting a new podcast called Criminally Obsessed. This morning, she will join us live to break down her new show and some of the most talked about cases she's covering.
All right, before all of that, let's talk about the forecast. Meteorologist Marty Snyder is tracking it out for us right now. And Marty, I was just counting. So far, we've received 3 emails from employees at the station about the ice in the parking lot.
Yeah.
It's the hot topic. As soon as people walk into the building, they're talking about it because it's pretty incredible when you see just how much actually formed overnight. Yeah. Thankfully, that won't be the case for the day today.
Very true. Yeah, we're going to see that solve itself if salt isn't applied before then. But yeah, we're going to see these temperatures come up. And we're already starting to see numbers come up a little bit, but it was just that story where we saw many areas see a lot of different precipitation types yesterday. Those that skewed more towards the liquid precipitation, everyone's seen their temperatures drop down below freezing. So, of course, that is all frozen as those temperatures have dropped down. But we aren't that far below freezing right now, just 1 degree below. But as we get some sunshine working through the clouds and even the actual air temperature itself getting back above freezing, of course, that's going to help to take care of that issue. But short term, again, we are seeing a lot of areas very, very close to that freezing point. Some areas right at 32, well to the east. Closer to Rochester, a lot of 30s and 31s, and even to the west, a lot of very upper 20s. So you can see it stacked west to east where those temperatures increase a bit as you look more to the east. And I think the trend today will be towards these numbers increasing fairly well for a day this time of year. Back to 37 at noon, about 5 degrees above the freezing point by then, and probably closing in on 40, maybe even a couple places to the south that see see a few breaks of sun. Could even go a little bit into the 40s during the afternoon. Heading into tonight, we'll pick up some rain showers then. Once again, just marginally above freezing. Not by much, but 34 then, 45 with a couple rain showers possible tomorrow. Then we drop back, so anything that we see going into the weekend will be snow shower activity and back into the 30s by then. But yeah, just kind of a slick go for the early portion of the day today. Just to keep in mind that roads that you travel down likely have been salted, but like you mentioned, Abby, you get to any parking lots and some of those may not have seen that salt treatment quite yet. So take it easy.
Yeah, extra careful. Walk like a penguin, right? Isn't that what they say?
Very true. It works. You look silly, but it works.
It does.
It's
You
worth
look
it.
sillier when you're on your butt.
Yeah.
True.
All right, Marty, thank you.
Sure.
All right, let's go off the top now and start with some things that have piqued our interest this morning. I will go first today, and we're going to Hawaii, where people in Honolulu are dealing with a chicken problem. Now, one person told the AP that the animals not only squawk constantly, they also dig holes in his yard. Another representative, Scott Matayashi, said the chickens were harassing children, making them feel afraid. The birds would even target kids with food more aggressively. Representative Jackson Sayama has proposed a law to control the chicken problem.
What?
By killing them. Now, this would be at the discretion of residents at their property, and it would only apply to feral chickens. Now, the fowl would be considered a controllable pest instead of wild birds on public land. That distinction is important when it comes to animal cruelty laws. Now, there would also be a fine for people who feed them or put them in parks, but not everyone is on board. One advocate noted the cultural significance of the birds. The Hawaiian Humane Society is also against the suggested resolution as a means for population control. The feral birds have apparently been an issue across Hawaii. Honolulu spending thousands to try to trap them. The AP reports they contracted with a pest control company, and as much as 1,300 chickens were captured. Complaints from residents even rose more than 50% last year. And if a private property or homeowner were to enlist their help, it could be an estimated $375, as well as a cage rental and disposal fee, that $375, I believe, for 1 week. So
Jeez.
I thought that this was pretty extreme.
It is. I would agree with you. This does seem extreme. I have not had a ton of experience with chickens. Actually, I no experience at all. I can understand, though, why it might be a little intimidating and a little scary, especially for kids, right? They're, not too much bigger than the birds.
Yeah.
Because they are birds. And, I don't know how I'd feel about them being on my property. We have a lot of crows at our house, and I love crows, so I have no problem with it. As far as I'm concerned, we could have more of them. We could have all of them. Don't know how I'd feel about that, though, because these guys getting aggressive with kids,
Yeah.
can't be doing that.
I know. I feel like we should have Marty come back, because I know he has some chickens, so maybe he has some better advice for how to help make sure that they're in good spirits, controlled a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say killing them is pretty extreme. I agree with the Humane Society here. I don't even want to say this should be a last resort. I just think that there has to be another way. I don't know if there's a space or sanctuary that.
Yeah. Okay, so you think about, like, here in the Western New York area, we have, like, a lot of deer, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that deer are known for is eating the plants. They have, like, sprays and repellents that will keep the deer away. I'm wondering, why they can't have, like, some kind of repellent that they could come up with to keep chickens away from private property.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, I think this has been an issue for so long that they're like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and other bills have failed in the past, so who knows what's to expect with this one, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, Steph. We'll move along to mine now, a relationship that started sweet, but is turning bitter. We're talking about the relationship between the Reese's company and the Hershey company, a very public online feud playing out before our very eyes. This was trending on social media this morning. The grandson of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup empire isn't mincing words when it comes to the quality of the chocolate being churned out by the Hershey company. He claims they have allegedly switched to cheaper ingredients. Brad Reese says the Hershey company has swapped out milk chocolate for compound coating made from vegetable oil. He also claims they've been replacing peanut butter with peanut butter flavored cream, something I imagine hits pretty close to home for the Reese's family. So this all started with a very heated LinkedIn rant. But in an interview with the New York Post, Reese said he's embarrassed, adding, quote, "I just can't let it go. They're lowering the quality of ingredients, charging the same price, and probably giving you a smaller product size." Again, all of this alleged. Now, the Hershey Company claims the original peanut butter cups are still made with peanut butter and milk chocolate. They say, though, the recipe adjustments have been made to allow them to create new shapes and sizes and different products to keep their fans happy. Think about like all the different shaped Reese's peanut butter cups, right? Yeah, the trees and the heart. Yeah, you know. Well, not everybody in the Reese family is thrilled with his response and with his online rant. Apparently, the daughter of his cousin actually works for the Hershey Company. And the mother of the daughter begged him to stop with the accusations, saying he created a nightmare for both the family and the company. She also claims he may face some legal issues as his comments have impacted the company's stock price. Other jabs have been thrown between the two, with Reese even claiming many best-selling items shouldn't even qualify as milk chocolate because of the ingredients listed. The Hershey Company responded with a statement saying, quote, "Our iconic Reese's peanut butter cups are made the same way they have always been, starting with roasting fresh peanuts to make our unique one-of-a-kind peanut butter, which is then combined with milk chocolate." The current ingredients in Reese's milk chocolate include sugar, cocoa butter, chocolate, skim milk, milk fat, lactose. Hold on, slow down because these are hard. Lecithin and polyglycerol and polyricinolate.
Yeah.
A synthetic additive known as PGPR. Other ingredients: peanuts, sugar, dextrose, salt, and a couple more that I can't pronounce. TBHQ. Look that up. Along with citric acid for freshness. A lot of things I can't pronounce, but people had a lot to say about this on social media, so much so that it was trending. Let's take a look at some of the comments. People, honestly, I was trying to find like a good balance between people who were saying this is ridiculous and people who were saying, you know, that everything's fine.
Yeah.
People are really disappointed and upset, even though these are all just allegations. This person writing in, "The worst, the chocolate doesn't leave the little spot from the middle on the wrapper anymore. That should tell you a ton." Have you noticed that?
I haven't had them in a while. I usually have the special ones, the trees and
Yeah.
stuff during holidays, but interesting.
Okay, all right, let's go on. This person said, "I've had over 40 Reese's in the last 30 days. First of all right. Second of all, it's not the same candy. It's not the same product. It just doesn't taste as good. Hershey Company execs should be in prison." Alfonso.
Wow.
A lot of feelings
Pretty
there.
tough.
Yeah, seriously. This person said, "They don't taste like they used to at all. It was once my favorite, but I haven't bought one in a long time. They ruined a good thing, but that's just corporate greed." And then I think I've got one more. "For the love of God, can we just keep one thing the way it was?" And some folks, you know, you've got the typical comments, "Slow news day.
Yeah.
Why is this a story? Blah, blah, blah." But I was really trying to find comments that also said, "Yeah, it tastes fine. It's exactly the same." I really couldn't find any. It was incredible to see online. And I think because it's such a popular candy,
Yeah.
and you know, we're coming off Valentine's Day. A lot of people buy that for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
If there was actually a change, people probably did notice recently.
Yeah.
Again, allegedly.
Anytime there is a different shape, I'll see online, they're like, "I swear it tastes better when it's in a different shape."
Yes.
And I think that there are some changes.
Yes. Okay, so I actually read online. There are ingredient changes when it comes to the different shapes, like vanilla extract and stuff like that. But they're talking specifically about this vegetable oil, you know, I don't even know what you'd call it, concoction in replace of the milk chocolate. And people are saying it's like chalky, it doesn't really melt, it just kind of crumbles in your mouth. And that is what people are so outraged about.
Yeah, there's a bit of greasiness too. The last time I had it, whenever that was. But yeah, I always feel like I veered away from the traditional cups because I feel it in my chest. Like it's, yeah, it kind of just like, it might just be because it's super sweet, but I'm always like, oh, I need to slow down. Because it's, I don't know.
You've got good self-control. Listen, I'm with that guy that ate 30 in 40 days or whatever he said. That would totally be me.
Yeah.
Like, I love peanut butter and chocolate.
It's good.
It's great.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, obviously can't be doing that.
Yeah, in moderation.
Yeah, I'll be really interested to see what the Hershey Company actually says. And, if anything comes of this, whether or not they're going to pursue legal action against Brad Reese or, whatever comes of this. But still really interesting and pretty crazy that all of this is happening like on social media and online and LinkedIn too.
Oh
pretty
my
wild.
gosh, yeah.
Usually that's just like, corporate talk.
Exactly.
Which I guess
could be an email, a phone call.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. All right, much more to get to here on ARC Rochester. When we come back, we're taking you behind the story this Thursday morning.
Don't forget that you can watch us on the go. Wherever you are, we are streaming live on the 13 WHAM YouTube page and foxrochester.com. We are back after this. At 8:18, we are taking you behind the story this morning as the nation is remembering the life and legacy of Reverend Jesse Jackson, who died at the age of 84 on Tuesday. Reverend Jackson was a civil rights icon, a protege of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and a two-time presidential candidate with some ties to our area. For more on his extraordinary legacy, we're joined by Dr. Seanelle Hawkins, the president and CEO of the Urban League of Rochester. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, and thank you for an opportunity to honor the legacy of Jesse L. Jackson.
You know, we just named some of the things that he was so well known for and some of the incredible things that he did. But in your eyes, what was one of the most important things that Reverend Jesse Jackson did for Americans?
He inspired hope. He inspired vision, and I think that was important. I remember as a young girl seeing him run for president and in politics, and I didn't really know what that meant for the future, but I certainly was inspired by his cadence, by his tone, by his inspiration of vision, and certainly it would ring true for me throughout my career. And grateful for the work that he's done. I mean, this is a man that should be honored. In fact, we were thinking about Jesse Jackson and how he should be honored, and wrote a letter to him and talked about what he meant to us as young people, helping us to think about just service to others, not just about self, but service to your community, keeping dreams possible, understanding. I remember this, it wasn't a slogan, but his phrase, if you can believe it, you can achieve it, reminding young people that they can do anything that they put vision to. And also, I mean, most times we remember Jesse Jackson for that famous phrase, keep hope alive. And certainly that rang true in assemblies and schools. You heard the phrase, and you heard it in churches, and you heard it in your home, because that was a reminder that change can happen. And as he said many times, we can make America better and better. And that's the action of keeping hope alive. So we're so grateful for the legacy of Jesse Jackson, how his service to others and helping to bring others home from captivity, those that were held hostage. He fought for their freedom. So he was just an important man to our country.
Yeah, he reached into multiple areas, whether it's public policy or education, for example. How has his work sort of laid the groundwork for the mission at the Urban League?
Well, Jesse Jackson was a civil rights leader and worked closely with the National Urban League movement. And so he fought for civil rights, just as the work of the Urban League. It is to be sure that we provide access to those that have been marginalized. And that's what Jesse Jackson did with the Push Coalition and his work. It was monumental. When you think about Jesse Jackson, you think about freedom, you think about access, you think about pursuing your dreams, and also knowing that you can do it if you believe it.
Let's talk a little bit about his impact on the Rochester area and the ties to those in our area.
Yeah, I think it's certainly many people can have stories. When I think about our elders, they have stories of him learning more about Jesse Jackson and the work that they've done alongside him. But I think it's an opportunity. This is an opportunity for young people that maybe might not know the work of Jesse Jackson to do just a little bit of research and understand how Jesse Jackson helped to pave the way alongside leaders, like you said, Martin Luther King. He put a lot of momentum in the civil rights movement so that communities like Rochester could have more access, can improve the lives of the communities that we see today. So it's certainly an opportunity for our community to learn more, young people to learn more about Jesse Jackson, but also for elders to tell those stories of the work that Jesse Jackson has done. So I'm so grateful for that. And when we think about just him laying a pathway for women, he talked about how women are important to our generation, and we're seeing the fruits of that right now, not just in our community, but in greater New York. We're seeing that, and we're seeing that throughout the nation. So we're grateful to his legacy, that we need to continue to honor that. And I hope that schools find this as an opportunity to help students do some research on the Reverend Jesse L. Jackson.
As we look at the future of politics and civil rights, what sort of message, or what is one thing that you hope that the future politicians or anyone who wants to enter the same field as Jesse Jackson takes away from him?
Continue to fight for justice. That's going to be important. Have integrity with the fight, and think about future leaders. Jesse Jackson, he had 2 campaigns as president. He didn't win, but certainly he continued to do this work to make sure that there was a pathway for others. And I think that's important for new leaders that are rising, that those actions can shape their direction. And I think that's important. Jesse Jackson offered us a blueprint for how to lead and what could be possible.
Thank you so much for your time today. We really, really do appreciate it. And, I feel like we maybe even should have started with this, but for those interested in learning more about the Urban League of Rochester, give us a little overview.
Yes, the Urban League has been here for 61 years, serving this greater Rochester community as a civil rights and social service organization, making sure that we provide individuals that didn't have a pathway to access, providing that pathway, making sure they have better jobs, home ownership, strong education opportunities, and a pathway to college. So you can continue to learn more about us, even if you're an entrepreneur wanting to start a business. Go to our website at urbanleagueroc.org. My team is going to kill me for that one, but urbanleagueroc.org. Learn more about the Urban League, or you can call us today at 325-6530.
All right. Thank you so much again. Really appreciate it. Hey, don't go anywhere. When Arc Rochester returns, it's time for this morning's weather trivia.
Yeah, meteorologist Mark McLean will join us after the break. Welcome back. Meteorologist Mark McLean is here now. We're talking about the icy conditions out there.
Not great.
Not great.
It's, all these varying surfaces. It was a wild weather day, okay? Just sitting back and through social media, through television, internet sources, we get so much information now. Yeah. And the accessibility now for everyone is just so much greater. So just watching the reports come in yesterday, it was just wild. I'm sitting in the forecast center. It's raining outside, and that's it in Henrietta.
Yeah.
And I'm getting reports. I'm watching video from photojournalist Terry Hancock, 390 North to the Parkway. There's 2 inches of ice and snow on the road, and it was a slip and slide. There was 100 accidents, according to some of our newsroom sources. So it just depended on where you were as to what actually happened. And even 2 inches of snow and ice can be a real problem. The problem now is, we've had this salt shortage thing going on. It's the end of the season. There's a little fatigue out there. You get some of these ice-covered surfaces, and it's a slip and fall hazard.
It is.
It is. So be careful. That's all I'm saying. It's very icy out there, and I'm sure that's the case on a lot of surfaces out there this morning. And it was not a lot of ice. We had driving 390 North, getting on 531, heading back west towards Spencerport yesterday. There was no ice on the trees. And this is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, about 2 miles off to the west of Gates. You could actually see the glaze on the trees. And then by Spencerport, there was enough freezing rain that there was actually small icicles on the trees. So there's about 1/10 of an inch of ice or so. So just a very different experience. So let's go that way on the trivia. Why not, right? Let's talk about ice storms. And big ice storms, not that stuff that we had yesterday, not that it's trivial, but we had freezing rain in Rochester yesterday. Do you know what the biggest freezing rain event is in U.S. history? Was it our own March of 1991 ice storm? Was it the Arkansas-Kentucky storm of January 09, the New England storm of January 1998, or the North Texas New Year's Eve storm of 1978?
Okay, question.
Yeah.
What does biggest mean?
By ice accretion. So this would be the amount of ice that froze to objects outside, not necessarily in surface area impacted. Okay.
Okay. So, okay. All
Which
right.
is an interesting way to look at it, because
That is.
you could have a widespread icing event that would cause calamitous conditions, or you could just have a really narrow strip of like super heavy icing.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. All right.
I've ruled out one.
Rule out one. Okay.
Really?
Okay.
I don't know. He got us yesterday.
I know.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah, we should check out the sidewalk forecast, for our walkers out there. And again, it's just going to be icy, as we go through the morning hours until that temperature gets above freezing, and that's going to happen pretty quickly. Now, the other part of this is it's much more mild south of Rochester this morning, so we still do have a dense fog advisory for the southern tier through 9 o'clock this morning. And much like yesterday, we're still seeing visibility issues south of Rochester. That visibility as low as a quarter mile still in Penn Yan, a half mile in Dansville to the south of Rochester. But up here, there's the city sky, no problems. That ceiling yesterday was down to like 200 feet at this hour. Now it's back up to 1,100. So that puts the clouds up above us, not a concern, but that temperature still sub-freezing. So just be careful. Ultimate Doppler radar, no rain or snow in the area. There's still a weak cold front just to our north. We're going to watch this weather system back to the west. See that rain back towards Indiana, Ohio. That's going to be making its way towards western New York as we move through time. But just clouds this afternoon. We'll sneak in a few sunny breaks south. We'll stall it right there, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Leave the car out in the driveway. You get a car wash, get some of the salt off your car. Through the afternoon, there's a cold front that comes through, and then we get colder again. So Friday afternoon, after getting into the mid and upper 40s, we'll see that temperature drop back through the 30s late Friday afternoon into Friday evening, and have to watch for some snow showers at that point. And next week, colder air returns. This isn't going to be an Arctic punch, okay, like we had several weeks back. But it is going to drop the temperature into the 20s and 30s as we head towards next week. So the planner has numbers in the upper 30s at lunchtime today, mostly cloudy at that point. If you're watching from south of Rochester, this is one of those really interesting temperature days. You see a lot of 30s close to Rochester. Dansville is going to be 50, okay, this afternoon. It's just one of those weird breakouts. Tonight could be a little fog around again, cloudy and mild, some showers late tonight. Only down to 34 during the overnight tonight, so nice to keep that temperature above freezing. And the extended forecast for us, some showers around on Friday. We could use a little snow icon towards the end of Friday into Saturday with some snow showers there. There is going to be a little storm system spinning up on the East Coast in the mid-Atlantic late Sunday into Monday. It still appears that this storm system is too far from Rochester to have any real impact here. But if you have to travel down that direction, or if you're waiting for a connecting flight or something like that Monday morning, don't be surprised if there's some travel issues as some snow starts to build back in for some of those areas down there.
Yikes. That'll be frustrating.
Yeah, it would be.
Pause was nice while it lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, today's a nice quiet day, relatively speaking, after this ice melts off this morning.
Yeah.
When I was walking to my car this morning, what I was thinking? The words were ringing in my ears. We said it at the beginning of winter, and I'm going back on what I said. We said there's no such thing as bad weather, it's just bad clothing. But I really think that ice can qualify as bad weather, because you could wear like cleats out there, or those, what are they, like snowshoes basically.
You really would need like the utility linemen, those boots that they have that they're going up the side of a pole on to really be super safe. Like shoes like this, not great out there. You're definitely doing the shuffle. It looks like a little dance, and last thing you want to do is slip and fall.
Exactly.
Coming in, but
hands out of the pockets too.
That
way you
can
really have to.
Yeah, it's tough. If you're carrying your jacket in, you're coming in for work.
Oh, Mark is speaking from experience.
Did that happen?
There may be some video of it.
Is there video? Oh, okay.
Oh God.
There might be. There might be.
Very.
And then the jacket's like laying in the snow pile.
Oh no.
And you're wondering, is it stained?
I had gotten out of the car, and all I did was just fall.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah.
In the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mark. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, much more to get to here on Arc Rochester.
We are back after this. 8:36 on this Thursday morning. Thanks so much for staying with us here on ARC Rochester. The fight over a symbol with deep roots in LGBTQ history is taking center stage.
After the pride flag was removed from the Stonewall National Monument, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer introduced legislation to permanently protect it, not just at Stonewall, but nationwide.
And for more on this legislation and the importance of the pride flag, we are joined now by Andrew Moran, the president of the Rochester Rainbow Union. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming in. I want to start off with just your reaction to hearing about this executive action from President Trump initially with the flag removal.
It's another example of trying to hide the history of our most marginalized, our most vulnerable. It didn't just start with the pride flag. You had the T being removed from the monuments and from the documentation there. You had transgender people being erased from the narrative. They moved on to the rest of the LGBTQ community. I'm reminded of something that the local historian, the late Evelyn Bailey, LGBTQ historian in Rochester, said, if a community doesn't have its history, it didn't exist. So what we're seeing is people trying to make us not exist. And that starts at the symbols, but the symbols are only the start of it.
I want to, if you don't mind, talk about the significance of Stonewall and the significance of the flag.
Sure. So Stonewall is seen as one of the starts of the modern LGBTQ movement, led by trans women of color. It was a protest and riot against police brutality at the Stonewall Inn, which was one of the places that was a gay bar at the time that people could go and be themselves. It was raided by police, and you had the Stonewall riots after that, and that kind of launched the modern day, at least 1970s onward, LGBTQ rights movement. So Stonewall is really something that is part of our community's history.
And with the significance of the pride flag, could you talk about that a little bit more as well?
So the pride flag, which was originally its first version created by Gilbert Baker, has always been a symbol of our community. It's a rainbow. The original colors had much spiritual meanings, and different categories meant different things. But it's also evolved over time. We now have the Progress Pride flag that represents more people within our community, the trans community, people who are asexual. So it's really become a symbol for all of us. And to see that being taken down, it's a kind of an attack on us, and but not just to make us invisible, but to make us vulnerable. And to our community, I say they may be trying to take down our symbols, but we're still here. We're still going to fight. We're still existing. Our community is a strong one. It's not a new fight. Again, we've been fighting since 1970, and even before that, with movements like the Magistrate Society, Daughters of Bilitis, groups like that. They had different types of LGBTQ movements, but the modern day movement has started strong and continues strong.
Let's talk about Senator Chuck Schumer and his legislation. What was your reaction to that?
I'm glad that there's that there's a movement for protection for the flag, but we need more than that. So again, the flag's a symbol. It's a very important thing, but we see so many attacks legislatively on our trans brothers and sisters and siblings within the community. Recently, Kansas overrode the governor's veto, which now will permit them to have bathroom bans, to potentially draw back legal documents, passports, driver's licenses, things like that. So we do need protection of our symbols, but we also need some concrete things to protect our community. Luckily, in New York State, we do have some recent legislation that's been put forward and approved and voted in and signed by the governor that protects our LGBTQ community. But at the national level, we need a push for symbols, yes, but also push for actual protection.
And for anyone here in the Rochester community, I know that they have a strong support system. Tell us a little bit about the Rainbow Union and how it supports anyone who may need it.
Sure. So the Rainbow Union is our LGBTQ library and community center. So we have the state's largest circulating collection of LGBTQ library materials, which is actually as important as ever with the amount of book bans happening nationwide, with people, again, trying to hide our history, hide our culture. We also provide free community meeting space. So we have groups from 12-step groups that meet there to the Rochester Queer Comics Club. We provide it for people to do workshops, to do trainings, to do movie screenings for. We organize a quarterly convening of the LGBTQ community organizations so we can collaborate, share information. We actually have one coming up next week, so we always welcome any organization that works with the LGBTQ community to join that. And soon we actually have the Empty Closet relaunching, which is the Rochester area's LGBTQ news publication that for a while was the longest continually published one until 2020. So we're kind of a resource center in terms of providing resources to the organizations, anyone that needs space, that needs support, that needs nonprofit support, that needs any type of support that we can provide.
Tell us a little bit more about that newspaper.
So the Empty Closet was published from 1970, I believe, started at the University of Rochester as part of the Gay Liberation Front over at Todd Union, which now has historic designation because of that. It was published continually until 2020, which meant it was actually published continually longer than the Washington Blade. We have some local artists who've come together. They got grant money from Genesee Valley Council of the Arts. They're finishing up the first issue. It's going to be kind of a hybrid between a zine format and a newspaper. It's probably going to be launching in the next month or two. We're tentatively planning March or April launch party, so stay tuned for that.
Absolutely. Do you know if it'll be more of a digital release or?
It'll be we'll have physical versions and then there'll be a digital version as well, but they are printing a whole stack of them, so take a look out for them.
Great.
Andrew, thank you so much for your time today. We certainly appreciate it. One last time for somebody who's interested in learning more, what's a good website or good social media for people to get in contact?
You can find us, Rochester Rainbow Union, if you search us on social media, www.rochesterrainbowunion.com. Our open library hours are Wednesdays and Fridays, 6 to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 2 to 4 p.m.
Great. Thank you so much. We'll be sure to post that over on foxrochester.com.
Much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester. When we come back, a closer look at a landmark trial centered around social media's effects on kids.
Hey, don't forget that you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 WHAM YouTube page and foxrochester.com. Arc Rochester returns after this.
Once again, going behind the story this morning as Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg testified yesterday in a lawsuit that could impact hundreds of families who say their kids have been harmed or even died because of social media.
The company is accused of making Instagram addictive to children and teens. CNN's Reed Binion has more.
Mark Zuckerberg walked in the front door of the Los Angeles Superior Courthouse Wednesday morning and walked out the back door that afternoon. In the intervening hours, the Meta CEO took the stand in a landmark trial. Zuckerberg testified before a jury for the first time ever about accusations that social media, including Instagram, is harmful to children's mental health. A 20-year-old woman identified only as Kaylee accuses Meta and YouTube of designing addictive features that hooked her as a small child, causing anxiety, depression, and body dysmorphia. Meta denies those allegations and says it's implemented numerous measures to safeguard young users. At the core of Zuckerberg's testimony were questions about what Meta knew about the potential risks to young people and whether it did enough to mitigate them. Before Wednesday's proceedings began, nearly a dozen parents who say their children were harmed gathered and joined hands outside the courthouse. After Zuckerberg's testimony, parents spoke to the press. Some expressed frustration.
I don't have any satisfaction. It's very similar to what happened in Congress 2 years ago when he swore under oath.
But there was also an acknowledgement of the importance of this moment in the landmark trial.
Today was the most important day for us to understand the truth of what happened and what was known.
I believe that there will be change.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
This has been something that we've been talking about for a while. As soon as we heard about this case, it's taken over social media, which is, obvious. Mark Zuckerberg continued to push back against those claims yesterday. He says social media is not designed to be harmful to children, specifically the apps in question.
Yeah, Zuckerberg said he still agrees with a previous statement that he made, claiming that scientific work has not proved that social media directly causes mental health harms.
He argued it's difficult for Meta to enforce age restrictions on apps like Instagram, which states kids under the age of 13 are unable to create accounts.
He said no product is perfect, but they aim to improve it over time.
Meta Platforms and Google's YouTube are the two remaining defendants in the case. TikTok and Snap have settled.
This trial is the first of a consolidated group of cases scheduled to be argued before a jury in LA.
Several parents were present outside the courtroom, which you heard in that story there, many defending their children who have been impacted negatively by social media.
In 2024, while he was addressing Congress, Zuckerberg actually apologized to parents whose lives had been upended by tragedies they believed were caused by social media.
Adam Mosseri, the head of Meta's Instagram, defended the platform in court last week. He argued social media platforms are not intentionally engineered to be addictive, echoing the same things said by Mark Zuckerberg.
When it comes to social media, I know especially even here in New York State, there have been major pushes like the cell phone policy when going into the school year for this coming school year, actually. It's been something that has been at the center of conversations when it comes to kids' mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. You just pointed out the bell-to-bell cell phone ban. We've had experts on the show several times discussing, the impact social media can have on development of the brain, on development of confidence, and body positivity, body security. Powerful words from Mark Zuckerberg yesterday, but equally powerful words from the parents whose children have been impacted by this.
Yeah, that is for sure. And you even hear conversations, even a generational shift, people taking pauses from social media as well, kind of noting the impacts that it has had on them. It'll be interesting to see how this develops, given that other platforms not owned by Meta have already settled.
Yeah, working with some college-age students who are about 18 years old, a lot of them haven't been as locked into their cell phones as I've noticed in other years. And I was talking with them about it, and some of them said that they're simply sick of it at this point. They're sick of looking at the screen, and they are just tired. They have iPhone exhaustion or social media exhaustion. Really interesting. I'll be curious to see what happens with the generations even younger than them, how this bell-to-bell cell phone ban will have an impact on students who are in middle school and high school, eventually going to college, and how this trial all plays out with Mark Zuckerberg and with other social media sites.
Absolutely, and we'll be keeping an eye on it, I know for sure, and be sure to post everything online so you have updates as well.
Yeah. When Arc Rochester returns this morning, we're looking ahead to a special festival. It's happening this weekend.
We'll tell you more coming up after this. If you're looking for a way to celebrate winter while staying warm this weekend, Canandaigua has the event for you.
Yeah, they're getting ready to host the 10th annual Fire and Ice Festival with plenty to enjoy. Ice sculptures all the way to warm beverage trails. Here with more is the director of the event, Denise Chapel. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
I'm looking at this flyer that you gave us, and the list is long of events that you have planned, starting early in the morning, 11 a.m., all the way down to late at night, after dark. A little something for everyone, those who like the heat, those who like the cold. Tell us a little bit about the event.
So if you're familiar with downtown Canandaigua, we have a very vibrant city center. So I'm the director of our Business Improvement District, which is where the historic district starts and such. And we have over 100 little mom and pop businesses. And as you can imagine, the winter months are incredibly hard for them. Sure. So 10 years ago, we came up with the idea of let's do something in the middle of winter. And everybody said, no, that won't work. That won't work. Nobody goes out in the winter, or they all go to Florida. Well, it's the complete opposite. People are dying for something to do during the winter. So when we started Fire and Ice, it was a one-day event with ice carving competitions and speed carving competitions. We brought in a couple fire shows and such. It has grown to a two-day event. We were listed by Forbes as a top winter festival to attend a few years ago, which is just way too much pressure. Some of the things that you can experience and enjoy. We kick off the day on Saturday with our ice carving competition. So 8 carvers will compete from 11 to 3, building their sculptures and such and creating. And there is no rule to that. They can do whatever they would like. That happens at the Central on Main location. At the same time, we are kicking off 2 great tasting events. One, and they both go back to the beginning days also. We pit our chefs, our local downtown restaurants, against each other. And this year, the competition is one pot not wonders. So they have to do something that they can create in one pot. Also, we have Comfort in a Cup. Back when we first started it, we called it a warm beverage trail, and the feedback from the attendees was, I can't possibly drink that much hot cocoa and warm cider in one day. So we switched it up, and it's a Comfort in a Cup. You actually receive a little cappuccino mug, and you go to over 20 different locations and experience different tastings. And it's now hot and cold beverages. So the Chef's Challenge and the Comforter Cup are the only two ticketed events. Everything else in the entire festival is free. The street is lined with every kind of animal you can imagine, except this year we won't have reindeer. We always have reindeer, but Rochester's such a cool place that there's actually a reindeer convention happening here this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
In Rochester. So our reindeers are all tied up. But Lazy Acre alpaca, Kazan Ridge goats, with cuddling with lambs. It's just a husky dog sled team. There's just so many animal activities and furry friends that you can enjoy. But above and beyond that, the street is lined with multiple businesses that are jewelry artists or different people selling their wares. Of course, there's food. We have over 19 incredible international restaurants just in our 3-block radius. So we obviously hope people will dine in the restaurants and such, but there'll be food trucks and Rochester kettle corn and different things like that also.
This sounds like the event to be at, and I think it's really great that you are spotlighting so many local businesses as well. What has the response been like for them with this attention?
Oh, they just love it. Yeah, the festival just continues to grow. In fact, our small business says, you know, there's a 95% chance for any of our downtown businesses, if you walk into them, you're talking to the owner. So they're very passionate and appreciative of having an event where there's 20,000 people on the sidewalk. And there's a come out of hibernation specials that you can receive a flyer for also, where you can go in and out of the different stores, and they're doing fun activities. And Cinderella Glass will have glass flaming and candle making and different activities in and out of the businesses. But it's just a great way for people to come out and experience what Canandaigua actually has in our downtown district, but also outdoor activities that just when we get so tired of this weather and you just want to get out of the house, there's just so many fun things to do. Speed carving is a really cool thing to see. That happens at 4 o'clock, where those same 8 ice carvers compete against each other. And we also bring in the world record holder in fire eating, Brant Matthews from Toronto. He'll be doing 2 shows, and one thing that's new this year is we have a fire and ice wall that we will be lighting at 5:30, just at dusk, and at 6 o'clock, Brant Matthews will be doing an after dark show this year. So each year it's fun adding additional things.
Denise, thank you so much for your time. A little something for everyone, actually a lot for everyone. We appreciate it. All the event information, as always, goes over on our website, foxrochester.com, and we likely will be there covering the event.
Yes. Hey, stick around. We've got so much more to come on Arc Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
We'll be right back. 9 o'clock on this Friday Eve, February 19th. Thank you for sticking with us on Arc Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. That is meteorologist Mark McLean. He's back with us again for more of the forecast, but also some weather trivia.
Yeah, an interesting weather trivia because, we started the day off with ice outside from yesterday, slippery start out there, and just watch that first step. When you walk out your front door, the sidewalk could still be icy out there too. Temps are still below freezing from yesterday. But today's weather trivia asking about that. We had freezing rain, of course, yesterday in Rochester. Do you know what the biggest freezing rain event is in U.S. history? And this would be by ice accretion. So the greatest amount on record that's documented, that stuck to power lines, trees, that kind of thing. Was our ice storm back in March of 1991? Was it the Arkansas-Kentucky ice storm of January 09? The New England ice storm of January 98? Or the North Texas New Year's Eve ice storm of 1978? Okay, we've got, I suspected that these would be all over the place, and I also suspected that maybe there would be a leaning towards our ice storm. Rod, Greg, and Christy have C. Mary Jane and Lori have A. Charles has B.
I eliminated B.
You eliminated B, okay.
Yes.
Florence, Yvonne, and Diane have A. Jim and Janet C. Sarah has D this morning. We have Barb at A, Patricia, Deborah, Laura, Dennis all C, Michael has B for today, and Mary, Becky, Paul, Debbie, all thinking March of 1991, Barbara C, Sandra D. Look at all these. Look at all these guesses coming in.
Oh my gosh.
Susan, Lisa's dad, Cheryl, all have A, Dave, Cheryl's husband C, Lisa C, Andrea C. We have more.
Gosh,
Frank
keeps
D,
going.
Mary Pat, Frank's wife B. It's it's catching on. Cheryl, Eva, and Richard A. We should just start tabbing, do bar graphs of A, B, C,
seriously.
D,
Okay, can we pull up the options one more time,
Yeah,
please?
of course.
The B one was 2009, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So I just had a feeling no.
Okay.
On that one. And you hear reports sometimes like, oh, this is the worst that we've seen in X amount of years. So
Sure.
thinking in that sort of mindset,
Tossing B out.
there were quite a few A's and C's. Part of me wants to lean C,
Okay.
but I'm not committed.
See, I feel like if the answer was A,
Yeah.
we would have heard more about it over time.
Okay.
And maybe we have, and I've just tuned you out, which could be the case. So I might go, what did you say,
It's a good
Steph?
one.
C?
It's a good one.
C.
All right, I'll jump on board with C.
And you're both correct.
Whoa,
And this stretched
I'll give Steph credit.
into Quebec. This was absolutely brutal for upstate New York. We had 3 inches of freezing rain in Watertown for this. You know those steel structures that carry high voltage lines like across highways? Those big steel, those things were falling over.
Oh my God.
no.
Yeah, there was places up there, and I had a friend at the time. I was at SUNY Oswego, and I had a friend at the time that was delivering pizzas in Adams Center, which is on the east end of the lake. And he said that it was Time Warner Communication at the time for cable and all that. He said that they were advising customers that they wouldn't have some of their services back for more than 6 months.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? All the lines came down, all of it. So yeah, that was brutal. In comparison, our ice storm was devastating for this area too, sure. But that was January 7th to the 9th in 1998, up to 3 inches there. Parts of New England, parts of northern New York. Just a devastating event for the fruit farmers. Now, you know who doesn't care at all
This guy.
about ice? He or she. We don't.
He.
He. Okay. The cardinal.
Aren't,
The
am I
two different
wrong?
colors, right?
Yeah.
Red or male. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So we're flying above it. We are up above that ice.
He's like, I don't care.
I felt like a spring picture would work for today after yesterday's
Very
ice.
nice.
Right. We'll settle things down here a little. Maybe a little towel time tomorrow for the old pup out there as we get some rain going for tomorrow, and we'll have to watch a little bit of snow heading into the weekend. Right now, it doesn't look like a big deal at all for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but something to consider. And something else to consider. All these temperatures are still below freezing, so any ice that's out there will continue until these temperatures come up above 32 degrees, which they will later this morning into this afternoon. But again, just be careful. Watch that first step when you walk out today because it is still a little bit slick out there. Southeast breeze is going to help to boost those numbers as we move through time. That's at 9 miles per hour. Visibility is not at a quarter mile like it was yesterday. At this point, it's up to 10 miles, and that's pretty good news there for you. And also some decent news if you don't like the cold. 5 straight days with above normal temperatures.
Woo!
After the first 10 days this month, which were the 4th coldest on record. It was a brutal start to February, right? But the average temperature now back up to about 20. It looks like that trend of near normal or seasonable weather will continue, but possibly towards the end of the month. And look at that, March is on the board for the first time here. This is the 6 to 10 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, suggesting that most of the lower 48 will experience warmer than normal temperatures during that period. We are kind of on the fringe of that, but I do expect some temperatures to warm up by the end of next week. It's going to be a colder start to the week, but by the end of next week, likely back into the 40s, closer to Rochester. The satellite radar, there's our next storm system. It's not going to be a huge deal at all. A low pressure winding up there over Lake Superior. Some of that rain that you see back towards Michigan is going to be drifting towards western New York as we move through the overnight tonight. So it's a dry start, but again, watch the fog south of Rochester and the little coating of ice from yesterday. Here's the interesting part of today's forecast. Check this out. Albion's 35 at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Check out Nunday and check out Dansville to the bottom of the screen.
That is beyond me.
Isn't it?
Because what?
I know. And this is the kind of thing we deal with. And like I said yesterday, we were sitting back in the forecast center looking at midwinter conditions along the lakeshore. I'm getting photos from Webster, photos from Irondequoit. Folks are saying, Mark, we've got a couple inches of snow already. What's going on here? And I'm sitting down here in Henrietta and looking out, and it's just rain.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of thing that can happen. You get a couple hours of sunshine this time of the year, and we're back. Within a week, we are back to 11 hours of visible day length already. I mean, that's 2+ hours from our lowest point back in December. And that sun, if it can come through, does have an impact this time of the year. The sun angle is back up to about 36 degrees at solar noon. So that's getting higher and higher in the sky. And overnight tonight stays above freezing. So that's the nice part here. You walk out the door at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning or 6 o'clock, and temps are in the upper 30s there during that period. May make it to the mid 40s before that cold front goes through, and you know what that means. Colder air and the chance for a few snow showers, although again, we do not expect any significant accumulation of snow for Friday night, Saturday, or into Sunday. So rest and be at ease on that. Hour by hour forecast today, low 40s near Rochester. We'll see that peak likely 2, 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Overnight tonight we'll drop back to 34. Friday there's the showers in the forecast, some snow showers Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. A little bit colder next week to start off, but you can see that trend starts to reverse by Wednesday. Start to go back through the 30s. And it looks like that slow climb continues towards the end of next week and already getting to the end of February, right?
Great.
Yeah.
I know. At the end of next week, right?
Look at that.
That weekend.
29 days to go.
Yeah.
Almost there. I can already feel like the harmony kind of rebalancing again, because when it's brighter outside and you can take a walk, I love taking a walk outside. It's centering.
So the sunrise tomorrow goes back to 7 o'clock. The sunrise will be back in the 6 o'clock hour. Starting on Saturday, at least until the clocks change, right?
That for me completely changes my mood.
Yeah.
There's something about like the months where it's like really dark all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like just bitter in the mornings.
That's tough. Yeah.
But then like I don't know, it's a complete 180.
And you can hear there's definitely more birds back. You can hear that when you go out. At least yesterday I noticed it for the first time. I'm like, they're singing. I can hear something besides the road traffic across the street.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, Mark. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, stick around. We've got more to come on our Rochester, including when we come back, we are looking ahead to an upcoming comedy show happening at Casa Larga.
Don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and on foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break.
This weekend, Casa Larga is inviting guests to have a glass of wine and share a laugh, hosting internationally renowned comedian Joe Avati. Take a look.
I swear my dad learned how to discipline me watching those National Geographic shows, you know, where the lion leaps up very slowly on its prey. And, you know, because all they had to do was look at you, remember? Then they become ventriloquists, remember that one? He'd grab his belt and ask me stupid questions. I take it off or not? I don't know, can I phone a friend, Dad?
All right, know that too well. Tickets are selling fast. You won't want to miss out. Here with more, we have Andrea O'Neill from Casa Larga. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you. Good morning. Glad to be here.
This is something people are really excited for, so much so that you were just talking during the commercial break. Saturday is already sold out, yes?
Yes, Saturday night's already sold out. We have tickets still for Sunday, and we're just real excited to have Joe. A lot of people know him, and for those that don't, he is internationally renowned. He's from Australia. He does a lot of Italian-American comedy, but he also does other comedy as well. But this show is going to focus on Italian.
I love that it's kind of natural. You have comedy and also some wine as well. How did this idea come to be?
This idea came to be, honestly, we reached out to him because we were watching his program and said, hey, if you're in the area, why don't you, would you consider coming to Casa Larga? And he was like, absolutely. So it was pretty neat. He's such a personable guy. Not only is he funny, he's just a really, at the end of the show, he's going to be there. And he said he'll stay to the end of the show for everybody to meet and greet him, which is pretty amazing.
That is, it just goes to show you, the worst thing you can do is ask, right? And somebody says no. What a great opportunity for you guys and for the people of Rochester to come and see the show.
Yes, yep. He's been doing comedy for about 25 years. He has been to the area, but I think he said he hasn't been back in almost 10 years. So it's really exciting. We have a lot of people because we're selling tables by 10, or you can buy individual tickets, but we have a lot of families coming. So it's going to be a really fun atmosphere. And then we're also doing an Italian buffet before. We have sold a lot of tickets for that. So all Italian foods, if you want to eat before the show.
I was just about to ask you about some of the offerings. I'm really curious, is it sort of a flight thing for the wines, or will there be access to an entire menu?
Yes, so we have, you can buy the buffet and eat or go to the bar, and we'll have all of our wines available. We also will have Negronis and Aperol Spritzes, as well as a full bar. So you don't have to drink just wine if you're coming. We'll have other things as well.
And you guys do really, really creative events at Casa Larga, and this is just one of them. I feel like this kind of reminds people that, hey, we're still here, even though this isn't necessarily winery season. You think of spring and summer and fall for that, but we're still here and you can still stop by.
Yes, and we love doing events in, I call them the Grand Ballrooms, which is our Bella Vista events facility, because a lot of times, unless you're invited to a wedding or a corporate event or something, or a bridal shower, you might not get to see that part of our business. So we love doing things in there where we can invite the public, where they can come in and celebrate in those rooms, because it's really pretty. You get a nice view of the vineyard, and right now, even with the ice, it's a whole different look. It's kind of neat. They're all, crystallized, and
it's really cool.
Yes.
And for anyone who's like, okay, you've convinced me, I want to be able to get a table, how can they get tickets for Sunday?
So for Sunday, they can still go online at casalarga.com. We have tickets available there. They can, like I said, you can buy tickets individually. They're $62 plus tax, or you can call into the wine shop, either way.
Very good. And you said during a couple questions ago, this is a family-friendly event, yes?
Absolutely, yes. And that was another thing we really liked about Joe. My sister, my son, and I actually got to see his show this fall in Staten Island, and he said right up front, I'm family-friendly. So that really made it really nice. My son was 18, but still, he's like, people bring 13, 14-year-olds. I mean, he's just funny, and it's all family fun.
Yeah, from that one clip alone, completely relatable. And I was laughing already, so I know everyone's going to have a good time.
Yes, very much so.
Thank you so much for coming in today and talking about this. We really appreciate it. Are there any other events coming up that you want people to know about?
Yes, actually, we just posted last night. This is a fun one. We're going to do an Elvis show. So March 14th, we have a tribute to Elvis. Patrick Johnson is very well known. He's been in Vegas. He's been all over. And he'll be coming to the wine Winery. Those tickets are $16. They just went on sale last night online, and it's just going to be a fun time. If you like Elvis, put on your blue suede shoes, come on up.
Yeah, sounds like a good time, and we'll be sure to post that over on our website,
Thank you.
foxrochester.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
When we come back, we are taking a look at some of the stories that have people talking on this Thursday morning.
We're back on the other side of the break.
It is time to see what's trending this morning, starting off with Dunkin', making sure you can enjoy your iced coffee all year round.
The coffee chain announced that they're giving customers who purchased an iced drink on Friday, February 20th, mark your calendars, literally tomorrow, a limited edition iced coffee glove.
The glove is only available starting at 10 a.m. at participating Dunkin' locations around the country while supplies last.
It is a singular mitten, just one, and for the left hand to be exact.
According to the company, it's a warm accessory for those who stay loyal to their favorite iced drinks even when the temperatures drop.
Dunkin' calls the glove a badge of honor for only the true Dunkin' fans.
The giveaway follows Dunkin's latest winter-inspired merch drop, which features bold pink and orange ski suits and limited edition ski goggles.
People on social media are a bit confused. Many are asking, why just one glove?
Others are saying that they'll be lining up just to make sure that they can get their hand on one.
And there are a few fans out there that claim the company is going too far and that this is extremely dumb. Yeah.
That's how I feel. I mean, look, listen. Okay. I am not a fan of clutter and junk. The stuff in my house has a purpose. I'm not carrying around one glove for my iced coffee. If it's cold enough to have the one glove for the iced coffee, chances are I'm gonna need another glove for the other hand. And I'm gonna be just wearing gloves in general.
Yes, it could be a glove that you just keep in the actual car. I will say, because sometimes I forget my gloves here and there.
Okay.
But when I was in college in Boston University, it's a part of the culture. Dunkin'.
Yeah.
I would always go to this place. We had a convenience store on campus, and they had a Dunkin' station, and I would always get iced coffee. One day, it was really cold, and I switched it over to hot coffee, and the person there was like, "Oh, you're switching it up today." I was such a frequenter. So I understand wanting to have something warm, but maybe a sleeve, a little cup sleeve, would help things out. But I'm an iced coffee person year round.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't drink coffee as much anymore, but I'm an iced matcha person year round. And sometimes it's a bit cold out there.
Steph, are you telling me you would carry around a single mitten with a Dunkin' logo on it, just in case maybe it's too cold?
I would not carry it around, but if it was in the glove compartment, convenient.
Okay.
This is definitely something that didn't need to happen.
It didn't
for sure.
need to happen, no. But, you know, hey, whatever. Duncan, do your thing. Like, I'm not in charge. Whatever.
All right, let's move on to a new food combination that's going viral online.
A fast food restaurant in England is turning heads after announcing their new menu item, a chocolate-coated chicken burger.
According to the menu, it's a fried chicken burger that is dipped in chocolate sauce and then topped with Ferrero Rocher. Oh, no.
No.
Oh, my God. Is that mayonnaise or frosting?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. Oh.
According to the head chef, the dish is the ultimate comfort dish, making it an unexpected dessert meets dinner experiment.
According to one online food reviewer, the dish didn't taste that bad. He even said the chocolate complemented the chicken.
The creation sent the internet into a frenzy, naturally. So many people commented on the post, many saying this shouldn't be allowed. Why waste food like this? Some even calling it a crime.
Yeah, there were a few people that did say they wouldn't mind giving the dish a try.
This is not the first time the restaurant has tried bizarre food collabs. They previously offered a peanut butter and jelly chicken burger and a Biscoff-covered chicken tender. Guys, we've lost the plot here.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Truth or trash? Trash, right in the garbage.
Yeah.
It would just be so soggy.
It's bizarre, you know? I understand like a chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
But a chicken and chocolate and the Ferrero Rocher.
It's not even a drizzle. You're dunking that thing. You know, when stories come up like this, I find it really hard not to swear. Like, truly. And it's not because I'm mad. It's just because I'm talking like how I would normally talk. And that is just one of the most absurd things I think ever.
Yeah.
We don't need it. That's dumb food. That falls under dumb food category.
It's just super sweet, and I feel like you can put it separate. Maybe if anyone wants to experiment with it, have the sauce on the side, have a Ferrero Rocher on the side. It's too sweet overall. The taste is probably gonna just throw you off.
Yeah. And like on top of it, like how good is the chicken? You know what I mean? It has to like knock my socks off.
Yeah.
And then you're just gonna cover it in chocolate? I can't. I really
I don't know
can't.
if they're using like cornflakes, for example,
Well,
to
yeah.
bread the chicken, or I'm trying to come up with a.
Yeah, we've gone too far.
Yeah.
We really have.
Yeah.
All right, moving along now. Everyone, for the most part, likes nice things, but one luxury brand may be pushing it too far. I'm noticing a theme with these trending stories today.
I know. French luxury brand Hermes announced the release of their first pool table.
The 8-foot-long table is made entirely in France and costs almost $300,000.
Even the accessories lean into the luxury angle.
The table comes with 4 cue sticks made from maple wood with leather wraps. If you want more, you can buy a spare stick for just over $5,000.
Hermes described the table as having an archetypal shape with matte leather set against glossy lacquer for what it calls a strong and timeless presence.
The price tag is not considered unreasonable when it comes to the brand.
Okay, yeah, that's true. They recently just released a chess and checkers games table for $130,400, a lamp priced at over $21,000, and a foldable chair at $16,000.
Who has money for that? Seriously.
I mean, I appreciate that.
Steph, you don't have to appreciate everything. You can say that the chicken is gross. You can say that this is way too much money for a pool table. You're allowed to say it.
It is a lot of money. I think that the leather accents are a nice idea. The price is outrageous, 100%. There's no argument there, you know? I think it is interesting to want to bring luxury to pool because, you know, when you go out to a dive bar, for example, it's whatever.
Yeah, listen.
A wooden stick.
Listen, pool is fun. Yeah. I love a good pool table. I'm bad at it, but I like it. Would I spend that kind of money? No. How much was it? Ashley, how much was it?
$300,000?
$300,000? That's more than my house.
It's
right there.
Yeah.
Don't you need to know about the house that's falling apart.
No.
But it's fine. It's fine. Maybe if I invested in the pool table, I wouldn't be in what's that
Brings
movie,
the value
Mark?
up higher.
Money Pit. Money Pit. Story of my life right there. Falling through the floors. All right. Much more to get to here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this. .33 on this Thursday morning. Thanks for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. We're all together now
Hey, that's
for another
right.
Truth or Trash.
Christian.
Rerun of yesterday.
I know the same setup, with different outfits though.
Okay.
Yeah.
We bathed since
Quick
then, I hope
outfit
anyway.
change. Yeah.
But yeah, well, thanks for the time, guys. Truth or Trash, got 4 stories for you. They could all be true. They could all be trash. Some are true, some are trash. We just don't know.
And I just want to point out, too, this is the highest rated show on television right
In,
now.
in
Because
America-
of Truth or Trash.
across America, the
Yes.
highest rated show on TV. I stand by that. Don't look at the numbers. We'll tell you. It's true. It's true.
It's like
not
the
trash.
movie UHF.
I love that movie. So good. But let's kick this off. A man linked to 13 hit and runs over the span of 5 hours on I-95 in Virginia. Garrett Sully was taken into custody. He was driving a Chevy pickup truck with a skull oval sticker on his right window. Charges are still pending. State police there are investigating. They believe Sully was homeless. 13 hit and runs in 5 hours. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Amazing stuff. Amazing in the worst way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next story called Salt City. With the demand for road salt and the supply lacking across parts of New York State this winter, an historic Syracuse area is set to take on commercial salt production again. Now, back in the mid-1800s, that area was the main producer of salt in the entire nation. This from its salt springs on the edge of Onondaga Lake. Mayor Sharon Owen said the company, called simply Salt City, is set to start mining and shipping out salt for winter of 2027, with those historic salt flats now being reconstructed. Remember that? We had a crisis here in New York State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lack of salt over the winter.
That lake did too once.
Yeah, the lake, I think they're still going through a major cleanup there. The most polluted lake in America for a while.
Yeah.
Mercury in there and everything. Yeah. Right by Destiny, USA.
Get you a little extra traction on the road.
A little extra traction.
That'll melt the snow for you.
Well, about this, oh my God. Third story called Mutiny on the High Seas. Midshipman Philip Spencer of Canandaigua was on board the U.S. brig of war Somers in 1842, heading back to the U.S. after a tour of duty in African waters. The skipper there, Alexander Mackenzie, did not realize the seeds of mutiny were planted. Spencer and some 20 sailors planned a mutiny. One of those sailors, though, decided to alert the skipper to those mutiny plans. Spencer and the mutineers even had a Jolly Roger pirate flag made here for this. They were busted. A court-martial was held at sea, and the mutineers were hanged at sea. When the ship pulled back into New York, Somers' father heard about his son's death. His father, none other than John C. Spencer of Canandaigua, then serving as U.S. Secretary of War under President John Tyler. Imagine that. And that's your son out at sea, hanged during a mutiny.
You and the Finger Lakes stories.
Oh, man.
Right?
They just keep on giving. It's good stuff. Final story. Illinois woman's 33-year-old cockatiel is the oldest in the world. Sonny the cockatiel, at 33 years old, is officially the world's oldest, celebrating his birthday last month. The bird's owner, Janet, said Sonny came to live with her back in 1993 when Sonny was just a few weeks old. Sonny quickly showed an aptitude for music, whistling along to themes like Andy Griffith, with Janet saying they used to do whistling duets while she was in the shower. I don't know what Janet looks like.
Marty has an interesting whistle.
It does. That sounds like a cockatiel right here.
It's the Andy Griffith Show.
Well, Sonny's long life is being credited to a healthy diet and plenty of social engagement like those shower whistling duets. So 4 stories there.
Wow.
Man in Virginia linked to 13 hit-and-run crashes over the span of 5 hours. Salt City, ready to go again. Mutiny on the high seas with Mr. Spencer there of Canandaigua. And the 33-year-old cockatiel, now the world's oldest.
Steph, you went last yesterday, so you should go first.
Ladies
today.
first always. Chivalry's not dead, ladies.
Oh,
Keep that
boy.
in mind. At least with me. With these 2 guys, they just went first yesterday.
With that
Yeah.
mutiny on the high seas, I don't know.
Yeah, see, you're already going.
Wow, what a toxic male.
I honestly, okay, the last one is truth, for sure. I feel like the second one, I'm a little iffy on that. Mutiny on the High Seas, I feel like you would have gotten it from a book or something.
Possibly. You never know.
So I feel like the first one is trash, for sure. And I'm going to say the second one is trash as well.
Okay.
And the other are truth.
Okay. Not bad guesses. Abby.
I'm going to say they're all true.
Okay.
That's my guess. I think you definitely got Mutiny on the High Seas from that book that you had yesterday.
What book?
You had a book.
Don't be.
And you had it in the back of your
I'm lodged in my backside, ready to come out. Yeah.
I'm on board with that. I think they're all. I'm going to go with the true crowd.
Okay,
Yep.
that's fantastic. Great.
Yep.
Right. Mixed bag here, Marty.
Yeah, I'm going to say the first one. See, I lived near 95 in Virginia for a while. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happened on that interstate. But I usually keep up with the news there. I didn't hear that story. So I'm going to go false with that one.
Marty.
Crazy stuff happens there, but I'm going to say false because I didn't hear it. Syracuse, I'd say no to that. I think
we talked
DEC
about
permits and all that.
Yeah, we talked about Onondaga Lake being so polluted,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's made any progress.
The third one, I think there is someone from Canandaigua was the Secretary of War. I think there's fact behind that. I don't know about the story. So I'm going to say true on that one.
Sure, yeah.
And the final one, I'll say true.
Cockatiel. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go down the rundown here. So, first one's true. The man linked to the 13 Indian 5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
That's crazy.
Oh, amazing stuff. And then Syracuse, I just made that up. I mean, it is the Salt City, and I made that all up. I think the salt that was produced there was more like table salt, not like rock salt. And there is a company, like a father-daughter Syracuse salt company that makes like handcrafted salt now, like for your table. But they're not going to get back to the level.
Not like the Morton.
Not like the Morton. Yeah, exactly. And then the third one there, that's true. Mutiny on the High Seas. Of course, I've got that from.
No, you don't.
Here we go. This is
It's a different book.
This is the one, and there's the Secretary of War right there, John C. Spencer of Canandaigua. His son was hanged at sea for a mutiny he tried to attempt. But I got it from this book here, Forgotten Stories of the Finger Lakes. I'll put it on the table here. But this was a great book you got in the mail, Abby, from a viewer.
I did, yes.
And it's great. And then the cockatiel, that's real. I didn't know how long cockatiels live for, but I guess that's quite the milestone for little Sonny.
Wow.
Oh,
There he is, Sonny! Sonny the Cockatiel.
That's good life.
And here, if we get a shot of that book real quick here, Ashley. We take the camera over here. I can show it. This is an old book from the 1950s you got in the mail, and it just keeps on giving. This book is amazing, and I have gotten so many stories out of here, and the way they're written are just phenomenal. I was totally just engaged reading about the Secretary of War and his son. I'm like, oh my
I wonder
God.
if there's any relation to Spencerport there.
Yeah, I was thinking
Spencer,
that too.
last name, Spencersport, you know.
Yeah.
Could very well be. A lot of local history here, but I want to thank you all for the time. That's the rundown. We'll be back tomorrow, I think, all of us together.
Yeah.
And
One more?
And listen, and Marty's going to join us. He has to join us tomorrow because we have a special twist with a story we're working on together. Can't reveal too much, but Marty's going to be here with us.
Okay.
Looking forward to that.
Great.
Christian, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you all. Thank you.
And don't go far. We've got so much more to come here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're taking you behind the curtain this Thursday morning.
And don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. Join us. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We're back on the other side of the break. Welcome back. Happening tomorrow, Greece Odyssey wants you to think all the things you can think as they bring the world of Dr. Seuss to life on stage and show audiences they're really not alone in the universe.
They're presenting Seussical the Musical, and this morning we're getting a special preview. The cast members joining us from the show right now. We want to go around and have everyone introduce themselves and the character that they play, so we'll start here and go down.
My name is Savannah McKenzie. I'm in 10th grade, and I play Maisie LeBird.
My name is Emma Foose. I'm in 7th grade, and I play JoJo.
I'm Wanya Kapoor. I'm in 11th grade, and I play Gertrude McPaws.
I'm Lee Reif-Snyder. I'm a senior, and I play Cat in the Hat.
I'm JP. I'm in 10th grade, and I play Horton the Elephant.
Excellent. You guys look fantastic. These are the costumes you're wearing for the show. Opening day is tomorrow, correct?
Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow, 7 p.m.
How are we feeling? Are we nervous? Are we excited?
We're a little bit of both. We're lots of things. You know, we've worked really hard to get this far. Started auditions mid-October, and it's like we've come a long way. So, yeah.
Mid-October, geez, that's a while.
Yeah. What is it like taking on these iconic characters? And we can go from this way down.
It's pretty nice, like getting in character, and yeah.
I like it a lot. Like JoJo really fits me, and I really like playing this character.
As Emma said, it's very nice.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun because it's fun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah, it's
great.
fun.
Very good.
It's just really fun because like you get to let loose and stuff.
Yeah. Similar to Emma, I've always felt like Horton has matched me as a person, so I've loved getting to play him too.
Yeah.
So.
For somebody who's unfamiliar, they know about Dr. Seuss. Everybody knows about Dr. Seuss, but they've never heard of Seussical the musical. Give us a quick overview, if you don't mind.
So basically, it's kind of like a mashing of like a bunch of different Dr. Seuss stories. You know, we have The Cat in the Hat, Horton Hears a Who, like all of these different Dr. Seuss tales come together and they give us like this mishmash of a story. And it's like you get to see each character fight through their own struggles and their own personal challenges. And it's like, it is a beautiful show when you get to see it, so.
Are there any favorite numbers that you guys do? Any song in particular?
My favorite is Having a Hunch.
Mine is also Having a Hunch. I just love it. It's just such a great number. Yeah, I would agree. Having a hunch.
Wow, okay.
I was gonna say Having a Hunch.
Oh, no. Okay, all right. How about you?
I was gonna say Biggest Blame Fool is my favorite.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah, it is good.
Is that like the big number? Like everybody's out there for it?
For Biggest Blame Fool or for Having a Hunch?
Either.
For Biggest Blame Fool, I think a lot of people are out there, but not like everybody. And then for Having a Hunch, not everybody, but I like it.
It's had enough of an impact where everybody's like on board with it. Cool, cool.
I want to know more. What's your favorite thing about it? Who's kind of the center of it all for that number?
Well, for Biggest Blame Fool, it's kind of when like Horton puts the dust on the dust bag and the entire jungle's like, what's this guy doing? And so like they basically all come around and like, get all of this Biggest Blame Fool. And so that's basically what that number's about.
Okay.
Having a Hunch, it's the cat and JoJo. It's basically JoJo is scared. That's, yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. For somebody who wants to come see the show, it starts tomorrow, 7 o'clock.
Yep, tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Tickets can still be sold at the door for $12, I believe.
Very good.
And then we're also doing Saturday at 7 p.m. and then Sunday at 2 p.m., all at Greece Odyssey.
Excellent.
All right, fantastic.
Thank you all so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it. Break a leg. Not that you need it. We know you're going to do amazing, but still, you know, I don't want to say good luck, but good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When Arc Rochester returns, we are taking a closer look at a new podcast that's perfect for all the true crime fans.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it after the break.
Well, if you're someone who follows every twist and turn in the nation's biggest true crime cases, well, there's a new podcast that you may want to check out.
Award-winning investigative journalist Ann Emerson is the host of a new podcast, Criminally Obsessed. She's diving into some of the country's most talked about criminal cases. For more on the show and how you can check it out, she joins us live. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Let's get right into it. I imagine this has been in the works for quite some time. So tell us a little bit about some of the cases you're going to be talking about.
Well, you know what? We are on air. We probably have dozens of episodes for you to already check out on our YouTube page at Criminally Obsessed. We are diving into the true crime space. I mean, hard and fast. I'm, as you said, an investigative reporter. I have more than 30 years of experience, boots on the ground, investigating these kind of cases. And this is a really great opportunity now for me to be able to talk to some of the people that are involved in these cases. Now, we have an extensive sort of relationship with forensic experts, FBI agents that have now retired, Homeland Security agents, like all the way across the board. And so you're really getting the behind the scenes of what's going on in the cases that you are obsessed with, from what's happening right now. Like we've been spending the last week and a half working on the Nancy Guthrie disappearance, and we're able to bring in people from all different parts of this story to be able to give you the latest information. But it's going really well. It's a really fantastic podcast. I can't wait for you to check it out.
Absolutely. What is it like, especially in real time, following a case like the Nancy Guthrie one and being able to add context to it and put out these episodes?
That's a great question, and it really speaks to the fact that we are part of the parent company, which has 1,400 reporters, boots on the ground as well right now. So I feel like we have an incredible reach across the country to be able to talk to our television stations like you up in Rochester. And as we have like a detail that we want to look at, we can call our people on the ground and really get the greatest information like right then and there. For me, this is what I do. Like I'm a complete news junkie, right? So I'm always following the news, and I'm always keeping an eye on the stories that I really care about. And also, like what I did, yesterday, I was able to have a conversation that's up right now with Brittany Drexel's mom, who you probably know that story up in your area very well about what happened to Brittany. She disappeared from the Rochester area in Myrtle Beach, disappeared for 13 years. We didn't know what happened to her. I was able to put what's going on in Nancy Guthrie's family into context with talking to Dawn Connolly. She goes by Connolly now, originally Dawn Drexel, Brittany's mom. So we could understand what is the family going through right now, and really put that into context. And that's sort of the kind of interviews we can bring you that really you're not going to find in other places. But also, we've also been able to speak to private investigators that work in Arizona and can help us understand what's happening on the ground in that case as well. So I think it's our reach of who we can talk to, but also being able to really put it into context, because we have a lot of experience on our team, and we're going to give you what's really happening, because we all have a journalistic background. We're not just kind of speculating, because we don't do that, but we can tell you what's really happening on the ground every day.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for joining us to talk about this really exciting stuff. Where can people watch it? How often will new episodes be posted? And what else do people need to know? Do you have social media where they can stay up to date?
We have 1.5 million followers right now across our social media platforms with Criminally Obsessed. You're going to find us across social media, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you're getting your socials. Please, you're going to find Criminally Obsessed. Please subscribe. YouTube, we have all of our episodes up right now. I did the Murdaugh case. If you're into the Murdaugh murders, I have the most unbelievable exclusive interviews that you've got to check out. You're going to see us on YouTube, and then you're going to see us. We are populating right now all of those episodes and the latest episodes on all of the podcast platforms, wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, iHeart. You go there and you're going to find Criminally Obsessed. You're going to find me. And you're also going to be getting us Monday through Thursday, we do a daily show. We're dropping around 5 o'clock Eastern time. So like and subscribe to Criminally Obsessed. Hit that notification button and you will be notified when I'm coming on air. So I really hope you check it out. Please drop a comment. Let me know what you think of the show. We are so excited to bring this to you.
Yeah, it sounds very exciting. A lot to follow as well. And thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk to you soon about a story in your area.
Sounds good. When ARC Rochester returns this morning, our final thoughts.
We're back after this.
That does it for us here on ARC Rochester. Join us again tomorrow morning starting at 4:57 on 13 WHAM ABC.
Much more live local news coming up later. 13 WHAM News at midday. See you tomorrow.